Hey guys, it's Tim here, and we're just gonna do this video upon request, and also because I don't know if anyone else wants to see this, but I just want to make the video out there because I'm sure in the future my deck's gonna change, my gear's gonna change, all that. So it's just gonna be a basic little video just showing you guys well, like what my gear is and my deck and all that. So start with I guess my gear. I'll start with the deck actually. No, I'll go with gear first. I'll probably put annotation just something on the screen so you can just skip around. So yeah, braided silver deck doesn't really matter. I have actually a couple decks I use. I use this one. I use all these basically. This is the only one that's a little bit smaller than the others because it's just requesting. This for bosses, this for 44. This is just I don't know. So yeah, it doesn't really matter. Deck, just find anything that's like over 60 spells and it suits you. Full Waterworks gear was really annoying to get, but worth it. I was thinking of getting crafted Avalon gear, but you really look into it, you get less resist, just more critical, and I'm like, that's not even worth it. I'd rather just stick with Waterworks gear. If you're ice, go with the crafted AV gear, even though it's cheap and it's so like it's just cheap overpowered, but just get it because it's the best gear in the game basically. Lexicon Blade, got that from the Tower of Elephant. It just adds damage, some critical block, decent power pip, and some healing too. Life Mastery helps with the healing. I also have a myth one, as you guys saw probably. I don't use that one as often, even though I train up to Earthquake, just because life is just more practical. You can always Satyr, you can always could do anything with Earthquake. I mean, with the myth, all you can do is Shatter and Earthquake, which you can't really always use. So it's only if like I have at least 3 or 2 healers on the team, so I just need one. So in case one person needs to Earthquake, Mandolin of Evermore. This took forever to get. I kept buying the Horde of Hydra pack for the Ice Mandolin thing, which gives 123 critical block and it's ice. But I didn't get it. But I did spend quite a bit of crowns, so I was about to give up, and I got this. So I was like, you know what, I'll take it. Because it did take me a lot of crowns. It was about, actually I don't want to go number, but it was I think it was more than twice the most expensive wand in the crown shop, which is a rip off. You can say I'm unlucky, but still, it shouldn't take that long just to get a stupid wand. I got like the armor like 3 times, like different sets. Here's my Epic Seraph. Now she's not that impressive. She's not a regular Seraph. I hatched her with I hatched like I think a Ninja Pig or a Crimson Zilla with a Seraph with like proof and all that. So it doesn't have the same pedigree. It's actually better. I don't know why the guy actually was willing to hatch with me. He actually requested me, so I was like, okay, why not? I trained it. Got the accuracy I needed, which now I don't fizzle. Got good damage. The health gift was a little bit of a downturn. You can't, if someone asks this, you can't figure out what they're gonna get in the future. Like, actually, you're not supposed to even know. It just tells you the ranking, the rarity of the spell. I'm not the spell, the talent. So but if I have 2 epic talents, I didn't know what the balance blade was, but I'm pretty sure the other one is spellproof because my pet didn't have any epic talents. His pet had spellproof in it, so I'm guessing probably spellproof. Either that or something else good. Epic talents are pretty good. So I might train it to Mega. It might take a while though because I need some Mega Pet snacks, so I might farm those. Farm either Mirror Lake or something like that. So let's move on. And then Stellar Signet. Don't even know if I said that right. Yeah, I have the Cosmic Chris too, as you can see in the bottom, but I really need the critical block, the damage, and it just really helps with the what's it called? From the Lexicon Blade. But I got enough healing actually. If I'll check to my stats later. But this is just to give that little extra boost so I can heal up to like 2 times what you're supposed to do, So and my wand gives some extra incoming, outgoing. My clothes give me 5 incoming, and yeah, this one gives 15 outgoing. So it kind of balances out. It's not. I mean, if I put on, let me see. I put on, right now I have 44, 47. If I put on the Cosmic Chris, I would have 62, 52, which is 65, 52, which is just incredible. Actually, I mean, you know, it looks good. You know, a little less critical block, but great healing and decent damage. But you know, why not just get the Lexicon Blade? Because it has critical block and it also has more damage. And you know, what's the difference between healing like 1,000 with the Pixie and you know, 800? It doesn't really matter at the end. Yeah, so yeah, 60 damage. Nice to have a little bit more than Firestarter, because Firestarter gives about 48. So a little bit more from my pet, and the Lexicon Blade gives 60, which really helps because it just gives me a little boost over other fires with Firestarters. Resist, this is the thing I hate most because it's just the typical Firestarters gear, because you know, I'm just hope that my pet can give me like Spellproof or something. 9 extra resist will give me 38, which would be awesome. Accuracy, I think it's really perfect right here. Don't fizzle on anything. I won't fizzle on a Earthquake either, or healing, so pretty good with that. Critical, decent, as long as it's over 100, I don't really care, because you know, most of the time, about 90% of the time, if you critical, the person will block it. If they don't block it, that's like a blessing, but you gotta really play as if they will block it, because you know, that's how you're supposed to play. You can't just rely on criticals. You know, that's how you lose. Block rating, 128 is decent. It's nothing like to laugh at, but at the same time, it's not as good as like 180 critical block, which is why I wanted the wand with a 123 because then I would have like 180 right now. But yeah, 128 is good enough. 71% power pips. As long as it's over 70 is my goal. Because on fire, I can't get the best things. I'm only relying on the Lexicon and the Stellar Signet, so you know, I give up for healing and all that. So I don't know why I value healing so much. I just like it. So 44, 47 is where I really pull away from other people. You know, life and ice sometimes have like 60% or 60 to 50 or whatever, but you know, 44, 47, I still heal like 835 with Pixie, and the Satyr's like 1800, something like crazy like that. But you know, it really just makes the most of your pips. So same thing with damage and healing. It's basically just makes the most use of your pips. So you can do so much more damage or heal more with the least amount of pips. Okay, so now we're going to our decks and just check which deck I'm on. Alright, so this is my 1v1 deck. So check. I think I have practically maxed out Tower Shields. Basically just for when I'm, you know, fighting a school like Balance or something where I can't shield. The last video I actually didn't shield at all, because I just couldn't find a power shield, which was pretty bad on my part. But you know, what are you gonna do when you can't find shields? Because sometimes your deck just don't work that way, and that's why you're supposed to fix your deck. But I'm pretty comfortable with my deck like this. I got 3 volcanic shields. Basically, I'm trained for shields in fire, ice, myth, life, and yeah, that's it. So I just have 3 shields of each of those schools. I think that's maxed out Colossal. Yep, always want to find one. Those are just really for the meteors, for the knockout spells. These are just for in case I can't find, I just need one, I guess, and I find one. But most of the time, I'm really going to be relying on the treasure cards, which I'll show you how to play after that. 3 entangles. I think I should have a little bit more, but 3 is okay for now. I can always find one whenever I need it. Sometimes even more than one, which is pretty crazy because I had the same amount as attack. Same thing with Satyr, just 3 is a good amount. It's like not too much, but at the same time, it's just good enough for you to find. Because I always want to keep 1. Just so in case something crazy happens, I can just quickly pull Satyr off back to full HP. 2 sprites, that's just for like a little damage over time. It's a little, you know, if there's something damage over time and you feel like you can get 1 hit or something, or you just want to basically, you know, throw off your opponent or something, well, just use it. Or you can also just use it to get rid of infections, entangles, anything. 1 Efreet, 1 Dragon. I really don't need to have so many Efreets or Dragons or Rain of Fires anymore, just because I'll show you later. My treasure deck, I have Colossal, gargantuan versions of them. Also, I never really used Dragon Oval because Rain of Fire just one power pip over, and usually I can wait. So 3 Fire Prisms. These are for when I'm fighting ices with crafted AV gear. So when they have 85 fire resist, there's no way I'm gonna hit through that. So I can convert to the 50 ice resist, which although it's still like pretty good, not pretty good, it's crazy. But this is why ice is so overpowered. I can still at least hit through, you know, half damage. So it's like a tower shield basically. 4 fire blades. I don't use ice spears because, you know, it's just, to me it's kind of a waste. I mean, yeah, if I'm fighting an ice or something, but it just kind of takes a while. It's only 10% pierce, you know, what's that gonna do? 3 glacial shields, you know, I just talked that. 1 health, and that's for just like when I have 3 power pips and I just gotta kill them or something, I don't know. Also something for me to slap a colossal onto. 3 links, that's to get rid of shields. Same thing as an elf, basically 2 pips, but I can also get a little bit of heal after that, which so with some boost and maybe even a critical, it could do the same thing as like a sprite or something, which is pretty helpful. 4 meteors, as you know, that's from that for a knockout spell once I get them to low HP, because in one video I actually failed to do that. I think that was a ranked episode 6, where I actually lost to this death guy because I couldn't knock him out, even though he was like perfect 500 HP. I didn't even need one like non-colossal, I just couldn't find a meteor. 2 Rain of Fire, don't really need too many of those. Actually I think this is a little bit too much, I only need 1, but you know, what are you gonna do? 3 other shields, maxed out convictions. I don't use any other auras besides conviction, just because A, I don't have any training points, and also B, it's like, I don't really need it. You know, conviction's like the perfect combo of like, it just, you know, keeps you from being stunned and critical, which is good enough for me. I mean, I have shields for defending, so I don't need fortify, and then attacking, you know, you don't really, it's not too much of a big deal. And then critical. Now, the only thing I was thinking about is putting in Vengeance in with Conviction, just because whenever someone puts up Vengeance, I get pretty nervous unless I have a Conviction up. So I feel that could, like, you know, because that's playing more of mind games, because most of the time, if you think about it, if you critical, they critical block. When they critical, I don't critical block. Like, you know, it's like that. It's kind of how that is. So, you know, it's just, you kind of get worried, you want to start shielding, you want to start suppressing them, you know they're going to hit, so it's like, you know, just playing mind games in the opponent, so I might get that, but for now, Conviction's okay. Reinfections, basically same thing as Entangle, just 0 pips. Usually I can, if I really want to keep them from healing and I have enough pips, I'll do the Doom, but, you know, and just in case can't find Doom or just don't feel like using it, then I'll just do these. Also, the problem with the Doom is that it can backfire. So let's say you feel like, you know, also in that episode where I couldn't find a meteor, the Doom also backfired. So you gotta be kind of careful with this stuff. Maybe only use it if only use Doom basically if you're like full health, or like they have no pips at all, and you know, something like that. You know, 1 reshuffle just in case it's a long battle, and 4 elemental plates. The Mandolin gives me life wand spells, which is useful to get rid of entangles when they put it on you or something. Seraph, I just use it. That's something for my pet. I never really use it. And Guardian Spirit, I don't use that either. But in 4v4, I think you could use it. So let me go my treasure cards, and I got this is a little bit different from my 4v4, obviously, because this is all 1v1 centered. So I got 2 triages, which are it's useful for like death or ice or fire or anything with damage over time, or maybe even myth. But basically, it just gets rid of that. I mean, you do have to survive the first hit and also the first tick, but you know, as long as you get first turn or you know they're gonna hit, then you can just use it and remove it and save yourself a couple thousand, maybe 100 life, which is useful. 3 of Freed with Gargantuan. Yeah, so I just discard and there's my Freed right there, so no digging around for a Colossal. That wastes time, you know. 3 Rain of Fires, same thing. 2 Wildfires. Now, the reason I don't put them in as regular ones is the plus 35 boost is a lot better than plus 25. So unless I'm fighting a fire, I really like to put that up, just because it, you know, the bubble really does give you that boost. It's like a it's an unlimited blade basically. So yeah, so especially if you're fighting someone who like Ice, who always puts up a bubble, you want to change it too. Two Beguiles, that's for, I haven't actually used Beguile yet effectively. I don't even know if it works in 1v1, but actually I might want to test that soon. But so far it's just been sitting in my deck. 3 pips is a lot of pips, so unless I'm like full pips and I see they're about to hit and I can Beguile, I guess, I don't know if they hit themselves, that'd be awesome, but I'm not sure. If they, I watch it, sorry, oh my god, I can't even talk today. I'd laugh if I use it and then like still hit me, that would suck. So 2 Dooms, you know, the same thing as the Wildfires, so let's put the Doom. 2 Empowers, maybe put 3 of them. Just quick, either to get rid of weaknesses or just or traps or something, just, and also get pips. So let's say I just hit, because usually when I hit I have like not a lot of pips left, then I just can quickly get back to and hit again. So 2 cleanses are really come handy, because, you know, let's say you got an entangle, you got a fire spell, you get a Freak weakness, you know, you just cleanse it off, no big deal, don't have to go through like using a wand spell or something. And 4 weaknesses, as I said in the last video, it's really helpful because it just, you know, either put something on their mind, as I said, you want to kind of play with their with their mind a bit, and also it you know, just does what it's supposed to do. It weakens the opponent's attack, which can be life or death depending on the situation. So someone asked me actually how I'm supposed to know. Oh, I think I already covered that, but see here, there's only 1 epic slot left, and the last pet had the 1 epic I saw was spellproof. So if this was the first one, and then this second one had probably 100%, 95% sure that this is spellproof. Alright guys, so see you guys in the next episode. I'll probably record at rank PvP number 9 after this, so peace.